What have I gotten myself into? By the time I got there, Kat and the girls were surrounding a blackboard covered with scribbles and math equations.
And that's why Robbie is the perfect soulmate for each of you. I'm sorry, you just drew a bunch of numbers and symbols that don't mean anything.
It's like the bullshit math they show on screen in a movie.
Ah, you're late to the party, Robbie. But you're just in time for the first alone time segment.
Alone time segment?
You can't find your soulmate without having a little alone time together. It's time to pick your first soulmate candidate, one of two lovely ladies you'll get to spend time with this week. So, without further ado, who's it going to be?
Wait, I have to choose already? I haven't had the chance to really talk with any of them yet.
Don't think of it that way. Think of it more like, well, who do you want to talk to the most right now?
Okay. Alright, I guess. I'd like to spend the time.
With Yui.
Okay. Yui.
Yes, cough it up, 4. I won the bet.
But that was my whole salary. How am I gonna...
And great choice, Robbie. I knew I could count on you. All right, places, people. Let's get this show on the road.
Yes, ma'am.
And action.
The forest to the north of the house was as serene as could be. With each step forward, I felt the soft earth give away beneath my feet, and when the wind caressed my skin. Green as far as the eye can see, and her, in a flowing white dress, standing in the middle of all of it.
Hey there, Robbie. What you doing all the way out there?
I guess I could just, say, I guess you can ask the same. I guess I could ask you the same.
I guess so.
Yui had the cutest giggle, the kind that instantly put a smile on your face.
Care to join me for a walk?
I'd like that. We started to walk down the forest path together. I couldn't help but be fascinated by her hair, flowing like water in the wind.
I doubt you remember, but I'm from way out in the country. I grew up surrounded by animals, nature, you name it. It was just me and my grandma, my sisters, and the alpacas, and my bunnies, Bun and Bun Bun, and the chickens, and too many farm animals to count. To answer your question from earlier, nature takes me back home.
Do you still live there?
Yep, wouldn't have it any other way. Though I had to move to the city for a bit way back when. You know, that's when I met you.
How do we meet?
Well, you know, one thing I hated about the city is that everyone's in a rush. People just walk by each other as if they're obstacles to get past instead of, well, people. I came to the city alone, didn't know left from right. And I got lost. I swear every building looks the same.
You can say that again.
I'd try to ask people for directions to where I would live, or where the school was, but no one would give me the time of day. Except for you.
I helped you?
Yeah, you didn't even know me, but you took the time to help me figure out my way around. Gosh, I'd never been so embarrassed in my life.
Why were you embarrassed?
You know. Shy.
Huh?
We found out later that we went to the same high school, but we never talked too much after that.
Aw, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it's not your fault, Robbie. I had to move back home pretty soon after anyway.
Well, I'm happy I'm getting a second chance to get to know you better, Yui.
I feel the same way, Robbie. You're just like how I remember. Well, actually, the whole trying to date 5 girls at a time thing came out of nowhere, but life is full of surprises, I guess. It shouldn't take long to remove them from the equation.
Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear you.
Just a little joke. I was just saying, I'm so happy to see you again. Here's to the future.
We spend the rest of the day taking in the nature and making up for lost time. Apparently, I was always ending up in trouble back then. I guess not much has changed. Something about Yui made it so easy to open up. I'd find myself almost telling her the truth about the show several times. Even though I couldn't tell her the whole truth, I could tell her just enough of what was worrying me to make me feel at home and at ease.
Whatever's getting you down, I'm sure it'll all be okay. No matter what, I'm on your side, Robbie.
I stumbled back to my room and plopped onto my bed. I was just about to close my eyes when I heard a knock at the door. I shuffled over in a haze. It's alright. What's up, Cat?
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna make myself real comfortable.
Cat walked by me and comfortably set herself on my bed.
Oh my god, you have no idea how much better your beds are compared to the staff. You'd think the ones actually working here would get treated nicely.
I closed the door and sat facing her on the opposite side of the bed. I'm guessing you're not coming to my room at night to start a workers' union.
I wonder, what would you want me to come to your room for instead?
I can think of a few things.
You'd think 5 women would be enough for a person. You're incorrigible, Robbie. Anyway, as the producer, I'm obliged to help you survive until the end of the show.
Just until the end of the show? I'm heartbroken.
Being your babysitter doesn't pay well enough to make it a long-term gig. I'll be checking in with you each night to let you know how you're doing and to give you some advice here and there.
That's nice of you. Thanks, Kat.
Well, to be honest, finding a new person to take your place would be a recruiting nightmare. Back to topic. Our audiences really loved your date with Yui today. People online can't stop raving about you and Yui. I mean, it's mostly death threats targeted at you because they'd want to be in your position, but it's something.
Nice to know that the outside world is safer than here.
They're just jealous. Most people would dream of having someone like Yui be their soulmate candidate. Then again, it's no fun if it's just the Yui show. We need drama, love triangles, betrayal. So, tomorrow, I want you to find who your other soulmate candidate is and ask them on a date.
I would go, all right. That's okay. All right, sounds good to me.
Really? Since you had such a great date today, I'm surprised you agreed so easily.
Well, it is a bit weird, but at the end of the day, this is a TV show. You need ratings to survive.
You're exactly right. And more specifically, you need those ratings to survive, or they'll axe the show before the last day.
What happens to me if that happens?
Well, it'd be as if you didn't end up with anyone at the end of the show.
Ah, got it. Well, that's simple enough.
I'm impressed at how well you took that. Have you been in a life or death killing dating show before?
Can't say I have.
Well, that's pretty much what I needed to tell you before tomorrow. It's getting late and we've both got big dates tomorrow. How about we call it a night?
Sounds good to me.
If it's worth anything, I'm sorry. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Robbie.
Good night, Kat. She left my room, closing my door behind her. I went back to lay in my bed and closed my eyes. I kept thinking about Yui before I slept. The sound of waves crashing against the shore.
Hey.
Huh? I could hear a woman's voice call out to me within a dream.
You probably can't hear me in there, but...
I tried to respond, but no words came out.
Robbie, promise me one thing. Don't forget. Don't you dare forget. You promised. Promises are unbreakable, right? That's what you told me. You promised. But you lied, didn't you?
In the morning, the girls and I decided to hang out in the garden outside the house.
Oh wow, there's all kind of flowers here that I've never seen before.
Really? You've never seen a tulip?
Grandma and I only grew hyacinths back home, so nope. Not even on the internet. And I thought I had to get out more.
I can't believe that. The only flowers I ever work with are Venus flytraps.
What do you do with those?
Well, we do a lot of experiments at the lab. Don't you ever find yourself thinking, wouldn't it be cool to make a Venus flytrap that could walk and talk?
Literally never.
It's whatever. She ran away 2 years ago. But my neighbors lost their pet cats the same day, too. I miss you, Fluffy.
You sure they were lost?
Tea's ready.
Thanks, Violet. I got a cup of tea for everybody. The aroma from the tea really worked up my appetite.
I have prepared some treats for us as well. Please, enjoy.
We spend the rest of the morning eating delicious treats and sipping on delicious tea, as we theorize that what might have happened to Fluffy. Personally, my money is on the felines being the culprits. Every cat I've met has a nasty surprise up their sleeve.
Oh, there you are, Robbie. I've been looking for you. It's time to decide who's your other soulmate candidate. You remember what we discussed yesterday, right?
How could I forget? It's not like I've ever forgotten anything important before, except for, well, everything.
Save the snark for whichever poor girl you end up seeing today.
Oh! Ow! That stings!
It'll be just between your two soulmate candidates from here on out, so choose wisely. If we're not chosen within the first 2 days, what are we to do instead? Well, we are on a tropical paradise. Think of the rest of the show as a vacation. It's not like you're losing anything. Soulmates aren't real anyway. Not much for romance, are you, Kat? How could you tell?
Wait a minute, Kat. Will we be splitting up the group after today?
Nope, don't worry. You'll still be able to hang out together, and who knows where that will go.
Ew. Good to know my battle plans will still come in handy. I mean, friendship plans. Good to know I still get to see my new friends. Yes, sir.
So, without further ado, Robbie, who's the unlucky girl?
So do you want me to choose? Oh, sorry. Sure, absolutely. Scarlet, sorry.
All right, we'll make it happen. Let's have Robbie start in the mansion and... oh, I know where to bring Scarlet. Give us a minute to set up the scene, then go find her.
It didn't take long to find Scarlet. She found me first. She had just burst through my door and was trying to catch her breath as she slanted shut behind her.
Robbie, thank God you're okay. Oh my God.
Oh, what's going on, Scarlet?
Long story short, I experimented with some of the local fauna on the island earlier. There's really nothing like it. It was really incredible. And, I messed up my intro with you earlier and...
Whoa! Slow down!
I made a new chemical compound that causes amnesia. It's amazing.
Whoa. That's not something you hear every day.
The cool thing is, applying just the right amount to a person can make them forget specific things. Who they are, how to write, anything. The bad thing is...
Something slammed into the door outside. I almost jumped up from the surprise.
Give me brains and bananas!
Applying too much turns people to rabid monk-eyed zombies, hell-bent on eating human brains. And bananas.
Dear God! Not the bananas! The door slammed again. It sounded like it was about to be knocked down.
We need to get out of here, and fast.
Four busted through the door and blocked our only exit.
Give me brains and bananas!
I'll get him out of the way. I'll give you time to run.
I've got a better idea.
Scarlet blasted forward and with a white powder, covering his face entirely. He flailed wildly for a few seconds, then fell through the ground, unconscious. Maybe. So I want to. A part of me wants to say, "What was that?" What was? Whoa! What was that?
Let's just say forcing all the bananas he wants now, and we'll leave it at that. Follow me.
We ran outside the mansion as fast as we could. How did this even happen?
Ooh, I was afraid you'd ask that. I heard from Terra that you lost your memories, and I wanted to see if I could help you get them back. So I, may have experimented on the Brothers 5 to see if I could erase their memories and bring them back. I must have done the numbers wrong. I added way too much. I didn't realize their brains were so empty in the first place.
In a weird way. That's really sweet, Scarlet. Thanks. Crazy, but still, thanks.
I'll fix this, I swear. I just need time to make an antidote. Luckily, I left my tools and supplies pretty near here. We can stay there till we've got an antidote.
Sounds like a plan. Lead the way. Wait, where are the other girls? Do you think they're still inside?
They're actually trapped inside the library right now.
Oh, shit! We've got to go back and save them!
I don't know how to say this, but I accidentally turned them to zombies too. But they were a little bit much, so I locked them in the library. Ha 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 ha.
We're doomed, aren't we? Scarlet and I passed the time talking about the craziness that was going on and coming up with a plan to save everybody. She seemed to be quite frazzled, despite seeming to be put together, but I could tell she really did care about the infected. Not enough to prevent this from happening in the first place, but enough. I watched her build a machine that she insists could turn them back to normal, but... Looking at it, I can't help but feel a little skeptical.
All right, it's showtime.
You really think this will work?
You bet. I made it after all.
Looks like the coast is clear. Here. We walked to the outside library undetected, but we definitely weren't alone in here.
All right, it's time to save our friends. Brains!
They're coming right at us!
Nothing to worry about. This is payback for you guys acing your introductions.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, nothing.
You sure that's gonna cure them?
Of course. What does it look like I'm doing?
Something told me Scarlet was enjoying this a little too much.
What the hell? I take my eyes off the cameras for 1 second, and there's zombies in the house? Not for much longer, I promise.
We spend the rest of the day administering the antidote to each person. Each of them knocked out as soon as we delivered the cure.
Not quite the first date you expected, huh?
You could say that again. It was definitely a first, though.
Kat told me to make a date exciting. I had to get your heart racing. I think I did a pretty good job at that.
I guess that's technically true, but aren't there easier ways? Something tells me this woman is full of more surprises. I was about to enter my room when I felt a familiar tap on my shoulder.
Hey there, Robbie. Got a minute? I want to make Yui and Scarlet jealous. It'd be good for ratings.
Sorry, what?
You're no fun. Anyway...
She opened the door to my room and walked inside. I followed suit.
I've got some good news.
I'm all ears.
Turns out my strategy worked. We've gotten enough ratings to avoid early canning. But don't get me wrong. People loved it when you and Yui were the main ship, but...
Now with Scarlet as some serious competition?
Let's just say online threads went from optimistic and united to downright murderous.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Whoops. Well, I'm glad to hear I get to live another day.
For now, at least. But that'll change quickly if our viewers don't feel like your relationship with both of them are progressing.
Kat laughed, then took a seat on my bed.
You know, I'm curious about how you're feeling about Yui and Scarlet. Between those two, do you have a favorite?
Can I choose or no? Well, I do like the hominess and feel of you, Ape. Scarlet is interesting. Very interesting. I think I'll go for Scarlet. Though I've known her for less time, I think I like Scarlet more right now. It's amazing how brilliant she is, and I can't ever quite place her. She's fascinating.
Really? Well, I can't say I'm too surprised, but maybe just a little. Let's see where things go with her. Something tells me you'll be hanging out with her again soon enough. Anyway, that's it for today. Keep it up and who knows, you might just be the first one to make it out of here. Night, Robbie.
Good night, Cat. She left my room, closing the door behind her. Guess it's time to turn in for the night. My sea waves crash soundlessly against the shore and dissolve to nothing before they reach my feet. This must be my dream. She's next to me. I can't make out her face or even hear her voice, but I know it's her. The way the pale moonlight dances in her hair is so nostalgic.
You look like you've seen a ghost, Robbie.
You, somehow. I can't see your face, nor hear your voice, but I know it's you. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I hear my own voice speaking, as if it were coming through an old cassette.
Are you thinking about what's going on out there now?
$10? That it's better on this side. Out there, every day's a fight to stay alive. Here, at least there's food, shelter, a place to call home, and most importantly, a high-speed and unlimited internet. I reach for her hand and hold it tight. And people that love you.
I know, and I love you too. I know how lucky I am to be here, but I still want to see the other side.
Why? You wouldn't survive a day out there. Same goes for me.
Because it's real. It's real life. Where things happen that aren't planned by some producer. Where living isn't just following a script. I'd do anything for just a taste of it.
We've been over this.
I know. I'm just so tired of this. What the hell are we doing here, Robbie?
I felt the same way she did, but there was nothing we could do, not if we valued our lives. There's no escaping from here alive. We're living another day.
But what are we living for?
I sighed. You really want to see the other side that badly?
Yes.
I laughed. When she had that look in her eye, I knew there was no convincing her otherwise. Even if she had to go alone, she's seen it through. And I loved her for that. I guess you'll owe me $10 pretty soon. She laughed.
You'll be the judge of that.